Hey everyone, I'm Neal, bringing you another podcast episode of Flags Only, and I am thrilled. I am so lucky to have on a fellow by the name of Maxym Lavallée, a much cooler name than mine. So I don't know what you guys are doing up in Canada, but you've definitely figured out how to have cool names. But Maxym is a defensive back for Canada's senior men's national flag football team. He was just in Southern California, my home state, playing for the Canada national flag team. Welcome to the pod, Max.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Neil. It's very much appreciated.
Yeah, so like I said, you have a pretty sick pedigree here. You're from Quebec, is that right?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I've never been to Canada.
Oh, you should have. It's
I
very nice.
know, I know. I live in New York, so it's not that far away, so I don't really
Yeah.
have any excuses. Um, but I'd love to come check it out. But Max, you play for like I said, Canada's national team, and you were just in California for some training camps, and I think you played the USA flag guys. Tell me
Yep.
about that. How was that trip?
That trip was awesome. We had a great time in Chula Vista Olympic Center in San Diego. We had a great training camp. Us and the women's team were there. We also had our juniors come down there to have a nice training camp. So we had great weather, great facilities. It was good for us to have a good 1 week of intense training camp to get better because the worlds are getting closer and closer.
Yep.
And then we played the States in the rivalry series. The women did really well. They won in the thrilling end of game. For us, the boys, it was way tougher.
Yeah.
I think we lost 50-16.
Yeah.
But it just goes to say how much these guys on TV were saying, and they're the best in the world for a
Yep.
reason. And since we played them last year in LA, where we beat them in like a friendly game, if you would say, they've been on our ass when we played them against them in Panama.
Yeah.
They destroyed us even more than they did last week. But man, they're the best in the world, and they do things so good
Yeah.
in offense and defense. They were way too much to handle for us. But for us, it was a good. It was good that it happened now, so we
Yeah.
can focus on what we need to do to get to be the best team possible
Yep.
for the Wolves in August. So
Yep.
it was a good for us. Like our first team this summer playing the States is like it's like the best matchup you can have, like to see what's the level we need to be.
Yeah.
It was a great wake up call for us, I would say. And the States had a easy game.
Yeah. Well, so I watched the game, and I noticed that at least I know you're on the defensive side. I noticed on offense,
Mm.
I think you guys scored on the first drive. Like you guys, and it seemed like almost every drive you guys were going deep, like you were throwing it deep.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if you can tell me this, if this is like confidential, but it seems like you guys were experimenting with some looks. And so it just felt like you were going deep on purpose to just test out and probe the USA defense and everything. But were you guys just trying out, like testing certain schemes that, like obviously the playbook in in August and then LA 2028 maybe will look a little different. But that was just what I observed. I'm just curious.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think we like we didn't open the full playbook. I think
Yeah.
I'm not 100% sure, but
Yeah.
I think our QB was just hungry to throw the
Yeah.
ball deep. I think he was just like, I'm going deep. So he
Yeah.
went. It didn't pay off, but I mean, our QB has a strong arm, so he can really put it
Oh
like
yeah.
back shoulder and just throw a dime 50 yards. But obviously, like we're in June, where we would be like kind of stupid to not try some stuff. Like even on defense, we try some different pairings, different positions, different schemes, just like to try some stuff out, and we'll to become the best team scheme wise and skill wise come August. So yes, we already try some stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what this is probably a silly question. You're an athlete, you're a pro athlete, so you're probably gonna be like, what kind of question is that? But like what makes the Team USA guys so hard to beat? I mean, I think you're probably thinking about like we want to beat these guys at World
Yeah, of
in
course.
Dusseldorf, we want to beat them or at least get silver or bronze in the Olympics. Like what makes them so hard to beat exactly? And like how are you gonna figure that out?
Well, there's a lot of factors. Well, the first one is they're really athletic. I mean, that's the obvious answers.
Yeah.
Uh, but even like I've been to two CFL training camps, and the field is so small, and these guys are so fast, so twitchy that you do one misstep and they're gone, right?
Yeah.
So like on offense and on defense, they're the team that do the most man to man because they have such great athletes that they feel like we can match you up man to man pretty much all day, and they do a great job.
Yeah.
The other thing is they've been playing flag for a long time, and they play flag probably all year long.
Yeah.
For us in Canada, I mean, our QB is in British Columbia, and most of our guys are in Quebec or Ottawa, which
Yeah.
is like you couldn't be further away. So they have more practice, more time, and they've been playing flag for a long, long time. Like for us, we have two guys on our team that have been playing flag for three to 4 years.
Yep.
Me, I've been playing flag for like a year and a half. So I'm still way newer than these guys that have been playing flag for like 8, 10 years.
Yep.
So the experience and the thing is like they're still evolving the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, if you watch all the world championship they did in the past couple of years, and you watch them now, they have some new players, and they kind of been like, all right, he has this kind of skill set. Let's create a play to make them do more plays. So they're always evolving. So great athletes, great experience, always evolving, and they're bringing some kind of new guys.
Yeah.
They're just so good at everything. I mean, and they have like a what I would call like a dogness in them. I mean, they will not go away from a fight. You see them with
Yeah.
the Fanatics game.
Right.
They were going to that game like we're going to destroy you guys. Like,
Oh yeah.
if you're NFL guys.
Yeah.
I've seen a podcast with Oosh, their quarterback.
Yep.
Was like Robert Griffin III was with their team for some time, and he was like, we don't call him RG3. For us, it's Robert. So they're their own identity. They've been the one that have been putting flag football on the map.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're the best at this game. So, like you said, we want to achieve this level of greatness, but for us, starting way behind them, we need to work really hard and trying to find our way to play the game, because we don't play the same game as them. I think nobody kind of does, because nobody has that kind of many athletes.
Yep.
So we need to find our own essence, if I can say that, just to be as good or close as good as them.
Yeah, well, you mentioned something about like how Team USA has been doing this a lot longer. And it really seems like flag is really exploding right now in Canada. So like U Sports has now announced it as a emerging sport. And I think that the Canada national now has juniors, so 15 and under and 17 and under, that I think we're probably at the training camp with you. And so like, given that it's so new, like I know you did tackle with pads and everything, but like, I want to know about like, what's your story? Like, how did you come to flag, or just American football, like gridiron football? Like, how did you come to that? And then what led you to flag?
Yes. So I'll start at the beginning. So I'm a family that always played hockey. Like I have a hockey family. Everybody in my family plays hockey.
Yeah.
But when I was younger, like I would go cheer my older brother, my dad, and they were trying to get me into hockey, but I didn't want to learn to skate. And I still don't know how to skate probably. And that's a weird thing from a Canadian to say, but that's real.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, I don't know what sport I wanted to play. A football team started when I was 7-year-old in where I lived. And I just started playing tackle, and then I never stopped for 20 years.
Yeah.
And when I fast forward, I played a lot of football. I even played for 2 teams at once at some point. I think I did 37 games in like a 7 months span, because I played like a summer league, a fall league, 2 fall league at the same time. Well, did a lot of football. I went to Laval University, which is kind of like an Alabama in the older days. The program wins technically every 2.5 years, like the national championship.
Yep.
So I was drafted by the Montreal Alouettes. So I did do 2 training camps with them. I didn't make the team. I didn't make the roster, but I did 2 training camp with them. So after my second training camp, I was cut, and that like kind of ended my tackle football career. So I took like a 6 months off, just because like I said, I've played football like for 20 years, and I played like for 2 teams at once. So I played a lot of football. So I wanted a break. But my good old buddy Anthony Auclair, which is also on the men's national team, said, "Hey, there's a 90 camp." That was February of last year. He said, "Hey, there's a 90 camp for Flag Football Canada. You should try out. I think you would be good in this." I was like, I don't know, maybe I don't know. I'll think about it. And I thought about it, and 2 hours later, I was like, "All right, let's do this." I signed up. The day after that, there was a run at 6 a.m. I woke up, went there, trained for 4 weeks, did the ID camp, did well, did the national camp, made the team, and then we're 1 year later, and we're fighting to go for the Olympics somehow. So
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy. Like, I've been in the flag world for not that long, and
Yeah.
it's been like a total incredible experience. I'm just imagining like some guys of our team have been on the national team for like 4 years, and like these years are like, it's incredible what we're doing this year. Like we
Yeah.
had a
Yeah.
nice sponsorship. We're going to San Diego doing our training camp. I mean, what happened? So it's just like the flag has been exploding so much, especially for the women's.
Oh yeah.
So it's incredible to see.
Yeah. Well, it's so cool that you get to be like a pioneer, right? Like to kind of carve out this territory that just didn't exist before.
Mhm.
And like everything you're doing. And I've talked to players from rec leagues. I talked to a coach who was formerly in the NFL. And, something that I think about a lot is like on the flag scene and doing my reporting and talking to folks like you is just how cool it is that we're getting to go from nothing to something. And like,
Yes. Yeah.
they're talking about pro leagues with like Tomorrow Sports and the NFL, and who knows what that's going to look like if we're going to have, like the NBA or NHL where we have Canada teams and USA teams, but like that could all be happening and like you're at the forefront of all that. And
Yeah.
that's just like that just must be such a cool feeling for you as an athlete.
Yes, it's nice.
Yeah.
I arrived at the perfect timing, but I think it's way cooler for the guys that have been in the game for so long. Like I think
Yeah.
of like those American guys or even Mexico. These
Yeah.
guys have been playing flag here for like 10, 15 years. Our coach, our defensive coordinator played against some of these same guys that are still playing on Team Mexico right now. So
Yeah.
but for these guys that have been playing for so long, it's awesome. And I think about some of the women right now, like every young girls are playing flag right now, and it's awesome. But like the girls on our team, this most older one, like they started from nothing. Most of them just started a flag football team on their school because there was none,
Yeah.
and they try to take some girl. All right, let's go play flag. The starting QB Sarah Parker like did practice in college, like in the end zone while the rugby were practicing, and now it's such a big sport that everybody wants to put attention on this. But it started from pretty much nothing.
Yeah.
Like so now it's so big. It's like how did it get so big? Like it's like kind of strange, but
I
it's
mean,
awesome.
do you feel like it's growth? Like, do you feel that at all where you are? And like, you said your family is like really into hockey, which I'm lucky enough to be friends with some Canadians who have, they've moved down here. But I love them. They're great. And like, they're obsessed with hockey. Do you feel like there's any, like, are your friends and family are like, what are you doing? What's flag football? Or is there like starting to be an understanding of like this is actually going to be an important sport, or is it still like people don't really get what you're doing? I'm just curious, like what the perception is for people around you up there.
Yeah, but my family is really close to me. So when I play at Laval, Laval is in Quebec City, the
Yeah,
university, and my family is from Gatineau, which is let's say Ottawa. You probably know Ottawa, but not
yeah,
Gatineau. Uh, so they did a 4 hour drive almost every week to come see me play at Laval, and sometimes they were like 15, 20, 25 people of my family coming up. So they've been on the football side for a long time.
right.
When I started playing flag, they were like, all right, that's cool. I mean, representing Canada, but then like, okay, you could go to the Olympics. And some of them like, and even like I coach young kids. So, are you going to play against Justin Jefferson at the Olympics? I was like, well, I mean, we still have to get to the Olympics,
Qualify. Yeah.
qualify, and
Yeah.
then who knows if Justin Jefferson will be there. I mean, those American guys are already pretty good. I mean, can they get
Yeah.
there? I don't know. But they're everybody like this year we're going to San Diego, and then we're going to China, and then we're going to Germany. And when I tell that to young kids, like, are you going to China, San Diego, and Germany?
Uh-huh.
What a crazy summer that is. So
Yeah.
everybody's like kind of like, damn, that's an awesome experience, and it is. So, but everybody, there's no like, oh, what's flag? I mean, I know that some of our guys are working like jobs in finance and stuff. Some of their boss are like, all right, so you're leaving like 10 days for a flag thing. I mean, say what's up with that? Say, but
Right.
for me, I'm a coach. I'm in the sports world, so I mean, every coach is like, well, just go do your thing. We'll figure it out. So,
Yeah, yeah. I wanted to talk to you more about your coaching, but it is funny that at this point, funny and also I hope that flag athletes eventually will be able to sustain themselves on just playing flag, and I know they will. But it's funny to think that, the guy juking you out on Saturday or Sunday is then a dentist or whatever on Monday, an
yeah.
accountant in finance. So given that you played in pads and tackle, do you ever have a moment on the field where you're like, man, if I was in pads, I would just like blow you up right now? Like, do you have to like suppress that instinct? Be like, I can't tackle this guy.
No,
No?
no.
Okay, good.
I can really differentiate both. I
Yeah.
mean, but the thing is, when we start like the flagging process,
Yeah.
I mean, I was a really great tackler. Like
Yeah.
I really missed a tackle, but the footwork and the approach is real different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they don't do the same move. I don't have to go through the guy. I have like to wait for him to be in the move or something like we have never seen before. Like the flag moves, you do all if you do that on a tackle field, you get absolutely destroyed, right?
Yeah.
So I had like to change my mindset. There's one of our guy on the team that is still has like his tackle instincts in him, and he
Yeah.
sometimes like just go through guys.
Yeah.
And I mean the States guys when we played against them in Panama, he doesn't do it on purpose, but he's kind of like he's really like big guy, tall, long
Yeah.
arms, so he just gets in your way, and he creates sometimes collision.
Yeah.
And like when we play against the States, they called him the Terminator
Uh-huh.
last week. So it was kind of funny, but he like for me, I did a good job. Like
Right.
sometimes like when they did a pass and like you have a great angle, you were like, oh, in tackle, I would have killed that guy.
Yeah.
But obviously, like you won't do that in flat, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I've been good, like really like changing my perspective on
Yeah. I mean, I've watched your highlights and you definitely like rocked some guys for sure. And Team Canada has some huge guys on it. And I mean,
it. Yes.
what's interesting about size in flag is it doesn't seem like nearly as much of an advantage, almost a disadvantage. So like I watch the Fanatics and like if you're Joe Burrow, like you're durable and you can take hits, but that doesn't make you a good flag football player necessarily because it's such a different skill set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for me, like since my tackle career, like in tackle, you need to have like big arms, like big muscle mass, so you can protect yourself from all the collisions.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, and flag, I mean, that's worthless. And you see those American guys. I mean, there's three guys at like 130, 140 pounds, but they're fast as
Yeah.
hell. And the
Yeah.
way they change direction, unseen in the
Yeah.
football world. These kinds of like the way they move, it's like how can they move like that? I mean, it's like for us, it's impossible.
Yeah.
We have 40, 50 pounds more weight than them. But I like since my tackle career, I was more like 190. Now I'm more 180.
Right.
Like you can see on the screen, I'm still like kind of large. But you see like those skills guys, man, they're smaller, but man, they move so fast. I'm like, maybe I should lose like 30 pounds and just move
Uh-huh.
like that. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough trade-off. But it just seems like it just like rewards a different skill set and body type at a certain point where like having like having that extra 30 pounds, like you might look good and you can bench a lot, but maybe it's not going to help you dodge a tackle or a flagpole or anything. So I know I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you're busy, but I really want to hear about Lavallée Football, the like coaching, what's it, like an organization that you started. Really want to hear about that. And I'm also curious because I know coaching, like being an athlete, an individual contributor is one thing. You're part of a team, but being a coach feels a bit like being a manager. So like I'm a manager in my normal day job, and it's very different than like I know how to do my role, but now I need to be a manager or a coach and like try to help other people do it. So like what made you want to get into coaching? And I just would love to hear more about what you're building.
Yes, so I love to help people. And when I went to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do like with my life, but I think I was passionate about is sports, sorry, and helping others. So I did like a degree like in coaching, basically. And when I started coaching, I kind of like I've seen a lot of coach in my day. Some coach like, all right, I don't like this approach. I don't like this. I don't like this. I don't think that that is good. That I like. So I kind of like created like my coaching persona from like all kinds of people that I've crossed paths with, and I just want to help people out. And the way I coach is like I don't have like a one strict rule of like for a defensive back he needs to play like this. Like like for me, I look at a guy like a DB or a girl. I'm like, all right, how does that person move? How does that person can be an athlete? And what tools can I give him so he can become the best version of themselves?
Yeah.
Uh, the thing I hate most about coaching is coaches like trying like to put people into like certain cage, like all right, do that kind of footwork, do that kind of break, do this kind of thing because I think it's the best. For me, it's not the way I coach. Like for me, I know how to teach all the tools, all the techniques, all the footwork, and then like I'll let you explore with that footwork, and then I help you create the best version of yourself. Like I don't want you to be me because me, I've been creating my own footwork for 20 years,
Yeah.
right? So, and I've been like, for me, the way my body evolves, like when you have injuries, your body change. So your footwork will change. You can't always be the same version. You'll always evolve. So
Yeah.
that's the way I coach. I try to adapt to the person in front of me and not like coach everybody in the same way.
Yeah.
Uh, that's the way. That's why I create my own company, just like to bring that vision forward. And for me, I want to help the most people I can possibly help. So for me, if I coach in a team, well, I can help maybe like a football team. I can help like maybe 80 people in the flag, 10 to 15 people. But
Yeah.
if I have my own company, like people can come to me and I can help these person. So that's the way. That's why I create my company, just to help
Yeah.
most athletes possible.
Yeah. I love that because it's a good message thinking about like everyone has potential to be
Mhm.
the best version of themselves. And it's really just trying to adapt to like, okay, this is the way, even like learning styles, like
Mhm.
visual learners or
Mhm.
auditory learners. And I think what like I've tried to do as a manager and just thinking about like I've had good bosses and not as good bosses throughout my career and like people that I've worked with and like try to see what works well, like what I
Mhm.
think works well and try to take those lessons and then leave the stuff that didn't work well behind
Mhm.
and just like try to replicate that for people that I get to work with and encounter.
Mhm.
Um, do you have any, I'm just curious, like, do you have any coaches that you've had the, like, who've coached you in your career that you feel like really stood out for you and like good lessons, good values, and like how to be a good person and a good athlete?
Yes,
Yeah.
I had a lot. Like the coach that had the most influence on me was Marc Fortier. Marc Fortier was the DC defensive coordinator at Laval, and he's just a coach that you would jump on a grenade for him.
Yeah.
So that's what we like about him. He worked so much to make sure that we were ready to play, and all like the emotion and the energy would put into us, like we just reflected back. So like the way I coach, I give a lot of energy, a lot of stuff to the kids so they can merit back and we can have fun together. But Mac was really the guy when we won a national championship in 2022. I went to him and I cried in his arm. Like he was that much influential.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. Um, okay, I think just like a couple more questions, and then I'll let you go. Because it's a beautiful day out. I don't know if it's a beautiful day up in Quebec,
Yes,
but yeah, okay.
but I've
Um,
been outside all morning, so it's fine.
okay. I just see like the sun coming through the window, and I bet like maybe Max wants to be outside and not talking to me. Um, just if someone out there, a young person, and again, like I'm trying to think about like talking to you and others, like you're building a foundation that like we're all going to be on your shoulders one day of like you're on Team Canada and people who are 12, 13, 14, 15 years old are going to be like look up to you as like a Team Canada player and eventually they're going to be in the Olympics in 2032 or 2036. So like for a young person out there, like what do you recommend for like getting involved in flag football? Like up in Canada, like what are the steps to like someone could take to get involved, really?
Yes. Well, I don't know about like the West. I know about Quebec. Quebec, there's a lot of leagues.
Yeah.
There's a lot of coaching. I mean, the sports has evolved so much. Like everybody wants to get into it. So there's a lot of coaching. There's a lot of leagues. So just play. Depending on your age, like if you're like I would say 14 and younger, just play play every sport that you can.
Yeah.
And I promise that when you'll get more serious into flag at 15, 16, 17, you'll be a great flag player.
Mm,
Uh, just play every sports and just move around, be an athlete, take care of your body, work on this mental aspect. And when I say mental aspect, like just don't be afraid to make mistakes. Don't be afraid of failures because failures doesn't define you as a person, doesn't define you as an athlete.
mm,
And those failures, those mistakes will be the reason you'll get the best athlete that you can be, the best human you can be. If you want to get specialized in flag, I would wait more like at 15, 16, 17, and just watch a lot of flag, like trying to understand the game and just play a lot of flag. I mean, you could work a lot on your technique and stuff, but flag is such a dynamic sport that you just need to see from your own eyes. Like you need to react fast, and that comes from playing a lot. So that's what I would say. Yeah.
yeah. Perfect. Okay, I think we can start to wrap up. If someone wants to get in touch with you and try to get coaching from you, what's the best way for them to do that for Lavallée
You
football?
can see my name on the screen somewhere.
I see it.
You
Yep.
can text me Facebook, Instagram, or my company is Lavallée Football, so you can text me on that as well, or text Neal and Neal will send you back to me. So
Sure. Yeah. No, I happy to do it. If anyone reaches out to me, of course, I'm going to point them to you. Well, I really appreciate you hopping on. I love getting these stories. I just love how global flag football is, and that I'm getting a chance to talk to folks like you, people in the UK, people in Alabama. But I'll be watching. I don't know if I'm going to be rooting for Canada. I'm sorry, but I will be
it's
watching
fun.
in August, and I'll be rooting for you, but Team
Right there.
USA. But I'm really looking forward to it, and I really appreciate you hopping on.
Yes, thank you. You can cheer for us,
Uh,
except when we play against USA.
except when okay.
Right.
I like
So
that. That
that's
feels like a
fine.
good deal. Yeah.
Good. Perfect.
All right.
I will
Thank
do that.
you. All right, Max.
All right.
Bye.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.